Hello guys, I know y'all want pure Ki Goku, but can't drop it cause I am fixing a lot of stuff, but Yodi we gonna be doing What If Naruto Was Black Dragon. October 10th 7 am The third Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi nicknamed the Professor, because he know every technique originated from the village hidden in the leaves. As Hiruzen stares out the window, he worries about his grandson figure, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Though the child only knew of his first last name Uzumaki, very few people outside of Hiruzen knew of the child's heritage. Hiruzen was worried about Naruto because today was his birthday, and this was the day the villagers celebrated the defeat of the nine-tailed fox. On this day the villagers would hunt down Naruto and beat him within an inch of his life, saying they were avenging the fourth. Hiruzen always had Umbu tailing Naruto, but it didn't do too much good seeing as 95% hated Naruto and actually participated. He signaled for his most trusted Umbu, and in a silent body flicker the Umbu Captain Crow appeared on one knee. You called Hokage-sama. Yes, Crow, I need you to find Naruto Uzumaki and make sure he is safe. High and with that he left just as silently as he had arrived. Hiruzen's eyes hardened as he looked out the window, though he felt better about Crow looking for Naruto since he had a soft spot for the blonde. I hope you are alright, Naruto-kun. Time skip 4 p.m. Naruto was running from the drunken mobs who were yelling it's time to avenge the fourth. Naruto had just turned 9 and has had to run from mobs 3 to 5 times a week since he was 3. Naruto was 4 foot 4 inches, which was rather tall for a 9-year-old. He had long spiky golden blonde hair that reaches his upper back, his hair usually covering half his face. Think Madara, only blonde, eyes so bright a blue that they could be mistaken for the sapphires. Though he was tall, Naruto was skinny from malnutrition, because of him eating scraps from the dumpster since he was 3. Currently Naruto was running through Training Ground 43 trying to get to Training Ground 40 for the Forest of Death, since it was the only place they wouldn't chase him. Just before he makes it to the fence, a kunai pierces his right calf, making him immediately fall to the ground in pain. "Ahahahaha," came the voice of a random chunin from the who through the kunai. "Thought you could get away from us by running to the Forest of Death, huh, demon?" Naruto started sobbing from the kunai and being called a demon. "I'm not a demon, I haven't done anything wrong. I just want to be left alone," Naruto yells after continuing to sob. All the demon wants to be left alone. Well, our families wanted to be left alone. The third's wife wanted to be left alone, and the fourth Hokage wanted to be left alone, but instead of leaving them alone you killed them, so today we avenge them, shouted a random villager with a pitchfork as she stabbed Naruto in the abdomen, earning an ear-splitting cry of pain from Naruto as he passes out from the pain. For the next 15 minutes they continue to beat Naruto with weapons in hand until they were convinced he was dead. One of the Umbu assigned to guard Naruto picks him up and speeds off through the Forest of Death until he reaches a river deep within the forest and dumps his lifeless body next to the river. The Umbu then turns to leave before one of the large animals comes out for a snack. "Good riddance," demon spat the Umbu as he left. As soon as the Umbu left, Naruto was enveloped in red chakra, which started to heal his wounds. In Naruto's mindscape. "Man, first they nearly kill me, then they throw me in the sewer," said Naruto, as he got up off the ground and started walking along the pipes of the sewer hoping to find an exit. "I'm so sick of going through all of this simply because these ignorant assholes want me to suffer. Once I get out of here, maybe I'll go find GG and ask if he can help me train so I can at least defend myself." "Why not ask me to train you? After all, I have protected you far more." So then came a booming voice from within the sewer. "Who said that?" replied Naruto as he did a 360 trying to find the source of the voice. "Over here, Kit." Naruto looks in front of himself to find 2 glowing red slit eyes behind a cage that has a giant piece of paper with the word seal on it. Something inside Naruto's head clicked. "So I finally get to meet you. I'm guessing I'm not in a sewer, but in the seal on my gut." The voice was at a loss for words. "How did you know?" I'm not as ignorant as those idiotic villagers. I know that being an entity composed entirely of chakra such as yourself, you can't be killed, and the only true way to deal with a rampaging tailed beast is to seal them inside a human, since no object is strong enough to hold that type of power. Combined with the way the villagers treat me, all you have to do is put 2 and 2 together. While only 9 years old and already speaking so intelligently, if this child can get the proper training with this level of intelligence combined with the potential I'm sensing coming from him, he could not only surpass his parents, but my old man as well, thought the fox. I always wanted to thank you for healing me whenever I had gotten hurt, whether it was from the villagers' beatings or any other type of injury, but I could never figure out how to communicate with you, spoke Naruto. Well, you're here now and you're welcome. I think I should explain why I attacked the village. Naruto sat down preparing for a long story. Now can you do me a favor and hold all your questions until I have finished? Naruto nodded once in agreement. Who was your previous container? Asked Naruto. Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze, the Red Death of the Leaf, but you may know her as Mom, replied the fox, socking the hell out of Naruto. They sat in silence while he processed this new information and calmed himself. So my mom was the most famous Kunoichi on the elemental nations outside of Tsunade Senju, and my father was Minato Namikaze, the greatest Hokage the Leaf has ever had, and the fastest shinobi on the planet. Finally a calm Naruto said. Yep, pretty much nailed it. I always wondered why our hair and eyes looked similar, thought Naruto. Now about the training you wanted, I have a proposition for you. Link our senses together and change this place to something more hospitable. Okay, so long as I don't have to let you out. Something tells me that if I let you out, something terrible will happen to not only me and you but the village as well. Even though the villagers piss me off, there are a few people who are innocent. Besides, I don't want my first friend to be harmed. The Kyuubi chuckled at the remark, then replied, don't worry. I actually like being in here with you. Now to link our senses, all you have to do is rip a piece of the seal off, but don't tear off too much of the seal. We don't need too much of my chakra merging with yours. Too much too fast will kill you. Naruto nodded as he stands up and moves toward the cage where the fox's tail wrapped around Naruto to lift him up to the seal, where ripped off exactly a fifth of the seal before being lowered back to the ground. Before Naruto could speak, felt his insides being expanded by a strong warm energy. I feel so warm and I feel as if my strength keeps continuously growing. I wonder why, asked Naruto. That's my chakra expanding your chakra coils. When it's done, seeing you already have extremely high chakra, your will be roughly equal to the of the four tails. Okay, it's under control. Now how do I change this place? Close your eyes and imagine whatever it is that you want to change it to. Naruto closed his eyes and immediately a bright light erupted throughout the room, which lasted for 3 minutes until Naruto opened his eyes again. Wow, it worked! Gone was the sewer, replaced with a mountain off to the distance, a large lake right next to small forest. Just outside of the forest was a large plain of 5-foot-high grass which the Kyuubi was already enjoying. Gone were the metal bars, replaced with trees that went on forever into the new sky. Kit, this is better than anything I expected, thank you. No problem, you deserve it after all the help you have provided me with. Now how do I get out of here so I can get some necessities from Gigi? Just concentrate on your body, and you should wake up. But first let me tell you about some changes since linking our senses. I've made your body physically fit as well as made you a little taller. With our senses linked, your senses will be just as sharp as mine. You'll be able to sense negative emotions within a 2-mile radius. Now go see the old man and get everything you need so I can come up with a training regimen. Alright, I'll see you later, said Naruto before fading away. Back in the Forest of Death. Naruto wakes up next to a river in the Forest of Death, feeling better than he ever has. As he stood up, he could feel the power in his arms and legs where he would struggle to get up before because of how weak and malnourished he was. Naruto walks to the river to get a look at his reflection in the water, and was shocked at what he saw. Naruto had grown from about 4 foot 4 inches to about 4 foot 11 inches, gone was his skinny frame, and in its place were two strong arms, a somewhat chiseled bare chest with a four-pack of abs, going down to a pair of athletic-looking legs covered in a pair of tight black shorts. Wow, you made me taller, and gave me a body fit for a ninja, thanks QB. Now I actually feel strong instead of pathetic because of my weak frame. No problem, all I did was pump chakra into your muscles to expand them as I was healing your body from the attack. Don't expect me to be able to maintain this body for you. You are going to have to train and eat right to maintain this form or improve it. This was the best result you could hope for, seeing you haven't trained and don't eat right. That's going to change right now. That's the right attitude, Kit. Oh, I want to tell you my true name, but I need you to promise not to reveal it to anyone. I promise not to reveal your name. Besides, a ninja's most dangerous weapon is deception. Exactly, but the reason I don't want you to reveal my name is because we tailed beasts use our true names as a code of trust. Only the most trustworthy has a right to know our names as well as use our full power, and I feel as though you are the most trustworthy person I have ever met. My name is Kurama. Thank you for putting your trust in me, Kurama. I promise to never betray that trust, replied Naruto, as he began to walk slowly through the forest to get handle of his new senses, which he was quickly getting a hang of. After about 10 minutes of walking and getting used to his new sensing ability, Naruto felt a massive chakra, but it felt different, almost as if it was calling out to him. Hey Kurama, do you feel that? Asked Naruto. Kit, whatever is giving off that chakra has enough of it to match me. Go see what it is because it is calling out to you, but be careful. Alright, let's hope this chakra signature isn't dangerous to me, seeing as it is calling out to me, replied Naruto, as he started walking a little faster towards the signature. After another 5 minutes of walking, Naruto arrives in front of a huge tree, feeling confused knowing the chakra wasn't coming from the tree. As he took a step forward, he falls through the ground. Aha! Ugh, what the hell, said Naruto as he sat up before noticing a chest on a platform 10 feet away from him. Kit, that chest is what's giving of that chakra, go check it out, but be careful. Naruto nodded as he walked up to the chest. As he placed a hand on the chest, it started to glow brightly before flinging itself open, producing an orb of light which was floating in front of a confused Naruto. Kurama, what should I do? Grab it, but be prepared to run just in case. Naruto reached out to touch the orb. It started shining in a bright, blinding light. Naruto's mindscape. Ugh, Kurama, did you pull me here? Naruto asked as he looked around and his eyes landed on Kurama. No, Kit, replied Kurama before he felt a presence behind Naruto. Growling, who's there? Show yourself. Calm yourself. I'm not here to harm anyone, spoke a mysterious voice before walking out from behind a random tree. Said person was about 6 feet 2 inches with shoulder-length black hair. He wore an black t-shirt, baggy black pants, black steel-toed boots, and an high-collared black trench coat that reached his ankles. Who are you, what do you want, and how did you get here? Questioned Naruto as he took a couple of steps back into the seal to stand next to Kurama. My name is Sieg, I am here to serve my master, which is you, and I am a sentient being. Entering a plane such as this is second nature to me. Okay, I understand you being a sentient being and all, but how is the kid here your master? That actually goes back about 50 years and it's quite a long story if you are willing to listen. Both Kurama and Naruto nodded. Kurama sat on his haunches on the tall lush grass and swung his tails next to himself where Naruto laid back onto. Okay, 50 years ago the leader of the dragons had a vision that an Uzumaki would, with the help of the dragons, will have the opportunity to be known as the strongest entity throughout history by destroying a personified evil that resides in this world. So he decided that every year he, along with each dragon leader of the 4 elements they control, water, wind, lightning, and fire, would put as much power into the newly forged dragon sword in order for aid sword to balance out a power that the chosen Uzumaki would be granted. The dragon leaders along with the head dragon put as much power as possible into the blades until 10 years ago when the leader had another vision of you being born Naruto. He placed the swords in an orb of energy knowing only the prophesied would be able to not only locate them, but wield them as well. So is that why I felt as if something was calling out to me, and what do you mean only one to wield you asked Naruto. Yes, you felt something calling out to you because that was me calling out to my master when I sensed him nearby. As for why only you can wield me is because anyone who tried would get warning jolt of lightning, and if they keep being persistent which could kill even the strongest of dragons. I'm glad that I was chosen to become your master, but I don't have that kind of power. I know you're not strong enough right now, but I plan on taking you to the realm of dragons where they will train you. Kid, if what he is saying is true, you need to do it. Dragons are the strongest being next to tailed beasts. Hell, their leader could probably push me to my limit. If you think I should, alright, okay, Sieg will go, but I need a little time to go handle somethings, and I need you to do me a favor. Anything you need, master. Do you have a human form outside of my mind? Yes, master. Alright, go to the center of the village, and to the largest tower on the top floor look for Hiruzen Sarutobi, and explain only the need to know about the training, nothing about the dragons, yourself, or Kurama here. Understood, master, replied Sieg as he disappeared from view. Back in the hole in the forest of death. In front of Naruto the light stopped shining, and in front of him was a black guardless katana sword at 3.5 feet in length. Midnight black in color with a silver dragon wrapping around from the bottom of the sheath to the top of the sword sheath. The sword floated into Naruto's hand while a yellow energy floated out the sword and transformed into Sieg. Okay, Sieg, can you get us out of this hole so we can get back to the village? Yes, master. 20 minutes later, just outside the training grounds. The large tower in the middle of the village is where the Hokage should be, but Sieg, remember, need to know basis. Yes, master, if you need me you can communicate to me through a mental link just like you do with Kurama, replied Sieg. Okay, don't reveal Kurama's name to anyone, that's something he doesn't want revealed, and I won't allow it to be revealed. Yes, master, I'll be on my way now, replied Sieg as he bowed and started towards the tower. 10 minutes later. Naruto was headed down a random alley to not be caught by the villagers on his way to see the Ichirakus, and let them know that he was going to be gone for a few years, seeing as they were some of the only people who were nice to him. As he was about to turn down another alley to get to the ramen stand, Naruto heard the sound of someone yelling. Get back here, bitch, yelled 3 ninja who looked to be in their late 20s. Curious as to why they were yelling, Naruto to stealthily follow them. After about 10 minutes of chase they ended up in a dead-end alley. Naruto, in an alley right next to them, decided to climb on top of the building to see what was going on, but what he saw pissed him off past the point of no return. 2 of the 3 men were holding down a girl no older than 13 years old while the other started to unbutton his pants. You should be glad that we are willing to fuck you after all. Who would want a whore like you, said the leader as he started walking towards the helpless girl. Kit, don't let them do it. This is the most evil thing you humans do to each other, and you call me a demon. I don't plan to, and whatever that is down there isn't human, thought Naruto in extreme anger as he jumped in front of the man before he could get any closer to the girl and middle kicked the man in the stomach, sending him back about 10 feet. Then as the other 2 tried to attack Naruto from behind, but with his heightened senses he felt them coming, a back flipped over them and immediately unsheathed his sword, revealing a 3.5-foot black blade within silver kanji was fire, lightning, water and wind going down the blade. As the rapist was getting up he saw Naruto pointing his sword at the 2 men. Leave now before I kill you where you stand, spoke Naruto in a demonic voice. If it's one thing that wouldn't stand for it would be rape. Naruto's voice sent chills down their spines, but they shook it off, not wanting the child to know they were scared of him. Kid, if you don't want to get hurt I suggest you leave. Just because you are a child doesn't mean we want kill you, spoke the rapist from 10 feet away. If you take one step forward I really will kill you, spoke Naruto with his one visible eye unwavering. With a victim, I would be justified in killing you three, hell I might even get a reward for expunging trash such as yourselves from the village. The two in front of Naruto started backing up, believing that he might just have the skill to actually kill them. Hey, I'm out, I don't need this mess just for a piece of ass from the snake whore. Me too, I have a wife and 2 kids at home, I don't need them finding out about this, spoke the two as they walked past the rapist. Cowards, I'll handle this myself, said the rapist as he took out a kunai, but before he even took a step he noticed the look in Naruto's lone visible eye which made him question his very existence. You know what? That whore isn't even worth it, you can have her, there are plenty of women I'd rather fuck anyway, spoke the rapist as he walked away, not wanting Naruto to know just how scared of him he truly was. Once he was gone, Naruto placed his sword back in the sheath before turning around to see if she was alright. When he turned around she was already standing dusting herself off. The first thing Naruto noticed was how beautiful she was. She had smooth skin, not a blemish in sight, beautiful chocolate eyes, very kissable pink lips, long spiky purple hair done into a fan-style ponytail. She was wearing a black shirt which did nothing to hide her still growing beak-up breasts, a pair of tight white shorts that insinuated her still growing body, a pair of knee-length black socks that made her legs look even longer, and a pair of black ninja sandals. Breaking from his observation he finally spoke. Are you okay? Oh, yes, thank you for the help. Usually Naichan is with me so they don't bother me, but she is on a mission now. By the way, I'm Anko, Mitarashi spoke as she extended her hand. Naruto took her hand and placed a small kiss on the back of it. Well, Anko-chan, I'm Naruto Uzumaki. You don't have to thank me, I would have done so. So for any woman, women are flowers meant to be preserved, not manhandled for some momentary pleasure, said Naruto, as he had to look up at the now blushing girl, seeing as she was about 4 inches taller than him. After Naruto released her hand she smirked at him devilishly as she took a step forward, and took her index finger, and ran it from his chest to his hair to move it out of the way so she could see his face. Look, this handsome little sweet devil, keep talking like that and maybe I'll make you my boyfriend when you get older, though I am not sure if you're strong enough, said Anko, thinking her teasing would make him blush. Alright, you seem nice enough and you're extremely beautiful. If you'll have me I'd be honored to be your boyfriend, spoke Naruto seriously with a genuine smile plastered across his face. He thought I was serious. I don't want to hurt his feeling, but what the heck, he looks like when grows up he'll have no competition in the looks department. Okay, if you promise me you will grow up to become strong, I see no problem reserving the spot as my future boyfriend for you. Alright, I'll promise to be strong only if you promise me something. She raised an eyebrow at that. And what is that? Don't become any more beautiful. I don't want to have to kill half the men in the village, so they keep their eyes and hands to themselves. Anko chuckles as she pulls Naruto into a tight hug, smashing his face into her still developing breasts. You're just so cute, you know that? But I can't promise you that because I plan on becoming the sexiest woman in the elemental nations, but I can promise to wait for you, come claim me. Okay, it's a promise then, said Naruto before Anko lifted his chin and gave him an innocent kiss on the lips, then said, deal. Anko-chan, I'm going to be leaving the village to train for about 6 years to start my training, so I won't be able to see you during that time period, but I will keep my promise, spoke a blushing Naruto. Why do you have to leave the village? Why not just go to the academy like everybody else, replied a confused Anko. Because I'm pretty much hated in the village for something out of my control, and would probably be sabotaged from day one in the academy. Oh, I know how you feel because of my old teacher turning rogue, and this seal on me that no one seems to be able to break like I have any control over what happened, said Anko as she pulled down the collar of her shirt to reveal the mark. Kid, I have seen that seal before. It corrupts the mind with a false belief of power and loyalty to the caster, but don't worry, that marking around it keeps the seal from being anything other than a mark. Anko-chan says no one has been able to remove it. You wouldn't happen to know how to, would you? Yes, I do, but you have to have a massive amount of chakra, which you do, really good chakra control and advanced understanding of sealing jutsu, which, seeing as who your parents are, you should take to like a fish to water. So instead of telling her that you can remove it, just tell your mate you will have a surprise for her upon your return. Naruto smiled at this, knowing he would be able to help Anko out. Hey, Anko-chan, if you truly make good on our deal, I will have a surprise for you once I return. Oh, a surprise, what is it? Anko asked excitedly. I can't tell you, otherwise it won't be a surprise. Alright, you just make sure it's something good. Well, I should be getting home, I have a mission tomorrow, said Anko before she leaned down and kissed Naruto once more. Remember, if you make good on our deal you can get that everyday NA. Are you, too? Koen whispering sweetly in Naruto's ear. See you in 6 years, and don't forget my surprise, I'll be waiting for it, as she walked out of the alley. Okay, let's go see Aji-san and Ine-chan before I have to leave. Naruto spoke to himself as he prepared to leave until he felt a hand on his shoulder forcing him to turn around, going somewhere. Naruto-kun. Crow-ni-san? Naruto asked as the black-haired Umbu nodded, making Naruto hug the Umbu around his waist. The crow-masked Umbu wrapped one arm around Naruto, as he used the other to ruffle his hair. Where were you, Naruto-kun? I have been looking for you for over 2 years now, the Umbu asked as looked down at the blonde who was still hugging him. I was kicked out of the orphanage almost 3 years ago, Naruto told him, while trying to hold back tears, though the pain was evident in his voice. Why didn't you look for me, or go to Hokage-sama? Naruto just gripped onto the Umbu a little harder. I didn't want to be a burden. Neither me or Hokage-sama have ever thought of you as a burden, so if we don't think of you as one, I need you not to think of yourself in that light either, okay? The blonde nodded while still holding onto the Umbu. Now why don't we go see Hokage-sama? Naruto shook his head. No, why not? Naruto mumbled under his breath. What was that? Because I am leaving, and I don't want him to stop me. What do you mean you're leaving? You're 9 years old. I have to. The people of this village will end my life if I don't. You and Gigi can only do so much to protect me, Naruto said as he stepped back from the Umbu while looking him in the eye with a serious expression. But where will you go? I can't tell you that, but I know it's the best thing for me, the Umbu sighed. Alright, just promise you will be safe. I promise. Alright, since this seems to be what you think is best for you. He leaned down after removing his mask, revealing his handsome face. He had onyx eyes under which were long, pronounced tear troughs. He had jet black hair that was pulled back in a low ponytail, and his face was framed with center-parted bangs that extended to his chin. But remember, this Itachi Uchiha is always on your side. He poked Naruto in the forehead with his index and middle fingers, making Naruto flinch. When he looked up, Itachi was gone. Thank you and goodbye, Itachi and the blonde spoke to himself as he left the alley. 1 hour later. After a long lecture from Iam and a long hug goodbye, Naruto was on his way back to the training grounds to meet up with Sieg. Hey Sieg, how did he take it? He didn't get too angry, did he? No master, he didn't get angry at all. He was actually happy, because he didn't think he would be able to find a competent teacher willing to teach you. He also gave me somethings left to you by your parents. I sealed everything in this scroll. You can go through everything after we meet with the dragon leader, replied Sieg as he tossed Naruto the scroll, then outstretched his hand, in which a large purple portal opened in front of said hand. After you, master, said Sieg as Naruto walks through the portal with Sieg in tow. Dragon Realm. The dragon's realm was a mountain terrain, and in the center there was a large city buildings made of stone. In the sky there were dragons flying all over, all which looked as if they were the size of Kurama himself. Towards the east of the city was an large ocean. To say Naruto was flabbergasted would be an understatement. Wow, it's so beautiful. I'm sure the dragons appreciate your praise of their home. For now let's go meet with the leader, master, retorted Sieg. 15 minutes later they were standing in front of stone double doors, each door being 10 feet high and 7 foot wide. Sieg opened the doors, and the first thing Naruto noticed was the size of the room, which was the size of a tenth of the leaf. In the center of the room was a large man standing at about 8 feet, dressed in black. He had long straight black hair, he had charcoal black eyes, a cross-shaped tattoo under his eye, and a set of large black wings on his back. He had 2 people standing on each side him. They looked exactly like him, only they didn't have the tattoo, and their cloths, hair, eyes and wings matched the color for their element. Red for fire, royal blue for lightning, baby blue for water, and white for wind. We were expecting you. I see you have finally found your master, Sieg spoke towering black-haired man. Yes, after all those years of waiting he finally found me, spoke Sieg. And what would your name be, young master? Asked the Black Dragon leader. I am Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, replied Naruto, as he bowed towards the dragons in human form. Nice to meet you, Naruto-sama. We are the leaders of the elemental dragons. This one to my right is Haja, leader of the wind dragons, to the right of him that is Julius, leader of the lightning dragons, to my left is Burial, leader of the water dragons, to his left is Crimson, leader of the fire dragons, and I am Jegun, leader of all dragons, as well as the only dragon capable of using all 4 elements. It's a pleasure to meet you, Naruto-sama, as they all spoke in union. Naruto-sama, as our master you are going to need to sign our summoning contract, spoke Jegun, as he kneeled down in front of Naruto, and opened the scroll for him to sign. How do I sign it? Asked Naruto, looking for something to write with. Jegun pulled out a small knife and handed it to Naruto. Just cut your finger and write your name in blood. Naruto nodded and signed the contract. This must made the dragon leaders happy, since they haven't had a summoner since the Uzumaki clan was wiped out. I want you to know I only plan on training here for 6 years before I return to my village, but I will return periodically after my 6 years of training is up, spoke Naruto. If you don't mind my asking, why only 6 years? Asked Jegun. Because of a promise I made to someone, and I don't want them waiting any longer than absolutely necessary, so I want you to push me past my limit to make me as strong as inhumanly possible, said Naruto with a flare of determination, which shocked them, never before meeting a human this determined. If that's your wish we will oblige, they all spoke in union once again. We can begin tomorrow, Yoruichi called Jegun as the doors opened to reveal a purple-haired, dark-skinned teenaged beauty, wearing a tight-fitting black dress showing off her budding womanly curves. You called Jegun-sama, replied Yoruichi. Yes, show the young master here to the master bedroom, and make sure he gets something to eat, and Naruto-sama, we will make a training regime for you tomorrow. Yes, and thank you, Sieg, you can turn back into your sword form. Yes, master, replied Sieg as he turned back into the yellow energy, and returned to the sword Naruto's hand. Naruto bowed before following Yoruichi to his room. They arrived at a pair of large oak wood double doors. Yoruichi opened the doors, presenting the room to Naruto. The room was large. There was a king-sized bed with a ceiling, 2 oak wood dressers, a sliding glass door leading to a balcony which was covered in white silk curtains. The door next to the bed leads to a fully equipped walk-in closet, and the door across from here leads to the master bathroom. Why don't find some clothes and get cleaned up while I go get you something to eat? Is there anything specific you would like me to bring? If you can, sushi would be nice. Okay, Naruto-sama, I shall return, spoke as she left the room. Naruto thinking that a shower sounded great since he only ever bathed in a river in the forest of death. Naruto looks through the dressers only finding socks and underclothes, so walks into the closet and sees nothing but high-class suits. Isn't there anything normal in here? Ah, here we go, spoke Naruto, as he found a pair of black cargo shorts and a plain white t-shirt. Naruto walks into the most beautiful bathroom he ever dreamed possible. Marble tile floors, a glass door shower, marble sink, golden shower head and faucet. Shaking his thoughts on the beauty of the bathroom, he hops in the shower to get of the dirt and grime off his body. While in the shower, he grabs a bottle of shampoo and washes his hair as well. Naruto gets out of the shower and puts on his boxers and black cargo shorts, deciding to leave the shirt off until he finds a blow dryer to dry his hair. They have everything but a blow dryer, said Naruto, as he went through the bathroom's linen closet. Naruto-sama, I have your dinner. Is there anything else you require? Spoke Yoruchi from outside the bathroom. Actually there is, I need a blow dryer for my hair. There wouldn't happen to be one in here, would there? Yes, there is one at the top of the closet. Would you like me to help you with your hair? Yes, if you don't mind, said Naruto, as Yoruchi walks into the bathroom and grabs the blow dryer, then ushers Naruto to a chair located in front of a dresser with a mirror attachment. As Yoruchi stated drying Naruto's hair, he decided to ask her something that's been on his mind. Hey Yoruchi, can I ask you a question? Sure, Naruto-sama. Okay, first of all, could you not refer to me as Sama? I'm not really one for formalities, especially seeing as you are older than me. Yoruchi smiled at the remark. She agreed with Naruto. She only used horrifics because of Jegun. Sure, Naruto-kun. Don't take this the wrong way, but are you a dragon as well? I wanted to ask, because you don't seem to give of the same aura the other dragons do, nor do you have wings like the others. This made Reina chuckle. No, Naruto-kun, I am not. During one of Master Jegun's visits outside, he found me abandoned as an infant, and has raised me to serve you once you were found. You know I don't really need a servant. But how about we change the role he wanted you to play in my life slightly? What do you have in mind, Naruto-kun? I grew up shunned, so I'd much rather have an beautiful older sister than I would a servant. What do you say? Yoruchi stopped drying his hair and hugged him from behind and placed a small kiss on his cheek, which made him flush bright red. I'd love to have a cute little brother. Thank you, Naruto-kun, spoke a happy Yoruchi as she rubbed her cheek against Naruto's. Not that I don't like the attention, Nachan. Can you finish drying my hair, please? No problem, little bro. 30 minutes later, after the newly formed brother and sister finished with Naruto's grooming and dinner, Yoruchi left Naruto alone to rest up. Master, are you going to go through your inheritance? It would be wise to do it tonight, so you can have an idea of what you want to add to your regimen to maximize the training, seed from inside Naruto's mind. Thank you, Sieg. I almost forgot about the scroll, replied Naruto, as he grabbed the scroll out of his previous pair of pants. Naruto unraveled the scroll, then laid it on the bed before channeling a little chakra into said scroll, which produced 3 small scrolls and 2 large scrolls. Master, the first of the small scrolls is from the Hokage, the other 2 are from your parents. The bigger scrolls are the jutsu libraries from the Uzumaki and Namikaze families respectively. Thanks, Sieg. I guess I'll start with this one, said Naruto as he reached for a scroll. Naruto opens the first scroll, which was written by Hiruzen. Dear Naruto, Naruto, first and foremost I want to apologize to you for hiding your heritage from you. I'm not asking for forgiveness, only understanding. Your father asked that your heritage be hidden from you until you were strong enough, because of the number of enemies he and your mother had accumulated over their time as ninjas. I agreed to let Sieg train you because I believe you would have been hindered in your training, and Sieg had a look of determination to make you strong. To help with your training, I left a seal at the end of the letter with 2 jutsus you would make useful with your large chakra reserves, the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and the Exploding Clone Jutsu. I believe these will help you more than you know, and with your large chakra, you could maximize their potential. Be safe, I expect you to come back, shattering my expectation of you, and I am setting the bar extremely high. I have also left you history books, etiquette for ninja, and books on ninja basics. Hiruzen Sarutobi, 3rd Hokage of the village hidden in the leaves. Thank you, grandfather. I intend to surpass you and all my predecessors. Just wait, I'll ensure you have a peaceful retirement. Naruto unsealed a huge stack of books and placed them on the dresser to read later. He then grabs the small scroll which contains the Namia's clan symbol of an eagle on it and opened it. To my son, Naruto. As I sit here knowing that I have to leave my newborn son alone without a mother's love, or a father's guidance, I am filled with grief and sorrow, but I know this is something that must be done. I don't know if you will hate me or not, but please know that there was no other way to stop the Kyuubi other than to seal him within you, my son. Though it will cost me my soul, it is my duty to protect my home, but infinitely more so as I wanted to protect the village. I wanted to protect my son even if I have to place this burden on you. I want you to know I have informed Sarutobi that I want you to be seen as a hero, but I have taken precautionary steps in case they do the opposite and treat you like the host of the One Tails in the Sand Village. I have decided to activate the Namaki bloodline within you earlier than it ever has been. Usually it's activated after the child has access to its chakra, but since we Namakes have kept this bloodline secret, as in no one will know how to. Inside the Namake's scroll will explain the bloodline. I hope you never give up, Naruto. I hope that no matter how hard things get, you will always have a smile on your face and see the light in the darkness. I also hope that you will forgive me for what I have done to you, for I have placed the village above my own flesh and blood. I pray to the gods that I have made the right decision, and whatever pain and suffering you endure will be worth it to you in the end. Minato Namakes, 4th Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village. The Yellow Flash. And greatest title of them all, your father. At the end of the letter, Naruto could no longer hold back his tears as he thought about how much his father loved him, and just how much Naruto wanted to make his father proud of him. Dad, if it's one thing you can rest easy on, is that I do not hate you. All I wanted was to know you loved me, and now a fraction of your love was even more than I could have hoped for. Kid, are you going to be alright? Yes, it's just that even in my wildest dreams did I think someone could love me this much. Kit, I don't even think I could grasp the love they had for you. Watching how happy they were when Kushina found out she was pregnant, I have never seen two happier people throughout my existence. Were they really that happy when they found out? More than happy, they were ecstatic. If you read your mother's letter, I think you might understand a little more. Naruto nods and grabs a small scroll with the Uzumaki clan symbol, and begins to read. My darling Naruto. If you are reading this, then I am dead, succeeding in helping your father seal the Kyuubi into you. I tried to reason with him, Naruto. I tried to get him to reseal him back into me, or at least let me use the demon-consuming seal, but he can be such a damn idealist at times. I think he wants to believe there is good in the villagers even if he knows it's a lie. Yes, I know what they call me behind my back, demon whore. Was it? Was the blood I spilled for them not enough? Is the village truly so hopeless that they cannot find it within themselves to be happy and supporting of others? If anything, my son, believe that I know what you are going through. This has probably never been told to you, but you are not the first host of the Kyuubi. You are actually the third and my successor, Jinchuriki. I am so sorry that this had to happen, my darling. If it weren't for that ninja, I would still be alive, raising you along with your father, and the Kyuubi would have been inside me until I was well into my years, surrounded by my grandchildren. My son, I didn't want to leave you helpless, but our bloodline, the Rinnegan, can only be activated when we are strong enough. As I can't activate your bloodline now, as in the strain of it will kill you, tell the Kyuubi that as a last favor for me to activate your bloodline for me. Above all else, my Naruto, remember that I do love you no matter what choices you make. You are the son that I have carried, and every day was a blessing as I felt you grow. I have no doubts that you will make me proud, whether you are a child prodigy or the village pariah. Take care, O child of mine. Spread your wings and fly as high as you can. Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze. Naruto had started crying harder than he has ever cried. As he cried, he had only one question on his mind: why? Yoruchi, hearing Naruto cry, decided to see what was wrong with her new brother. Naruto-kun, what's wrong? As Yoruchi was trying to comfort Naruto, Sieg took his human form to explain the situation to Yoruchi, knowing Naruto wouldn't be able to. Master has read letters left to him by his parents, and it seems to be too overwhelming to know how much his parents really loved him. So that's what it is, thought Yoruchi as she climbed into the bed to pull Naruto into a comforting hug. I'll take it from here, Sieg said Yoruchi as Sieg returned to his sword form, leaning against the far end wall. It will be alright, Naruto. I know tea is a lot to take in, but I am here for you, and I won't leave you, said Yoruchi as he pushed Naruto into her soft, but still developing breasts and stroked his long golden locks. Hearing this makes Naruto cry even harder before wrapping his arms around Yoruchi's waist. Yoruchi smiles down at Naruto before she asks, would you like me to sleep with you tonight, Naruto-kun? Unable to find his voice, he just nods between her breasts. Okay, let me up so I can change out of this dress and I will be right back, alright? Naruto lets Yoruchi up as she leaves to change, then Naruto hears Kurama in his head. I know, Kit, let it out and let Yoruchi help you. You don't have to say anything, we